جيسيكا واتسون ثورب رسامة انتقلت مع عائلتها للعيش بالحضارة العربية. اختبارات حياتها الشخصية ما كانت كلها حلوة، وبمحطة من حياتها الرسم كان ملجأها الوحيد لتتخطى صعوباتها.
Talent was never something I realised. Talent was something instinctive in me. As soon as I was born, I knew I was creative. So it was never a realisation. As soon as I could walk, I was creating, I was making, I was doing things. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and one of my aunts who was an artist. They were both artists, and they exposed me to a lot of mediums and a lot of different practices. I was really drawn to the wet mediums. I was drawn to paint with its sort of slickness. Also ink, I quite liked ink work. Whereas pastel, I found it too chalky. Drawing, I like line, but for me it doesn't give me enough. So I moved towards paint. When I studied at university, I went first to Adelaide and then to Sydney in Australia. That's where I'm from. I studied all the fine arts, painting, drawing, sculpting, printmaking, all the different printmaking techniques. The colour came to me just before I went to university. I spent a year in Africa, and it was then that I found colour really hit me in the face, and I wanted to do more with colour in my work. And I just love it now. I love the way paint behaves. I love the way it feels. Whatever I use, knife, my hands, brushes, I love it. Most of my work is actually based on my experiences, and a lot of them have very deep meaning to me as a woman. Some of my work is based on my experiences as a wife. Some are to do with being a mother. So one piece in particular is all about my experience giving birth to my second daughter. It was about 8 years ago. I had a really close friend who passed away quite unexpectedly. I had to use my work to express myself through that time. It really helped me to get through it. Definitely, being a woman, it has a huge impact on my work, huge. Two things I wanted to do in my life. One was to be an artist, and two was to have children. So when I had my children, this was my turning point. It was the point where things became serious for me. It was the point that I started to treat my work as a profession. It was a point where I had to think about schedules and someone else and how my work would fit in around some other people. I have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. The girls both play piano. The other one is a very creative thinker, thinks outside the box all the time. The little boys, they're only 4. Hard to tell at the moment, but they love bashing away on the drums, like all kids, building things and making things.